Welcome. You're listening to the Focal Point Show on Tan Talk 1340. I'm your host, Gil Pinney. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a participative show, so please call in. Our numbers are 441-3000, and if you're out of the area, it's 866-826-1340. You can email me at gilpinney@yahoo.com. That's GILPINNEY. And anytime during the show, if you want to look at my website, that's gilpinney.com. It's coming up to be May already, and so if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, send an email to my email address, and we will put you on that list and get you the May newsletter as soon as possible. It should be out early next week. Who is Gil Pinney anyway, and why is he talking on the radio about business? Well, I'm your Focal Point business coach. I have 30 years experience coaching in large companies, bringing the best out in people, and driving organizations to success and profitability. I've had hands-on experience in operations, sales, and marketing, and I have a real passion for teaching people how to stretch themselves to reach new heights that they thought were too difficult to achieve. The purpose of the show is to use my passion to serve business owners in the Tampa Bay area, convey some secrets that may be well known to some, but not to most. I have been to several gatherings over the past couple of weeks, talking with business people from around the area, particularly in Pinellas County, several general contractors, insurance agents, dentists, lawyers, chiropractors, restaurant owners, dry cleaners, hair salon owners, and on and on. Today's show, I will share some of the questions and comments that they've provided me because there is sometimes a shyness to call on the radio. Hopefully that's not you, so please call in. In today's show, we'll cover 3 power principles. Power principles are the proven truths that are used to gain our understanding of ourselves and our business. Brian Tracy, who started Focal Point, developed over 20 power principles, and we will learn about another 3 today. In prior shows, we have discussed 4 power principles. We discussed the way to wealth. It focuses on 4 key metrics: leads, conversion rate, average sales per visit, and frequency of visits. Increasing these 4 components of the formula by just 10% in a year generates a whopping 46% growth in your revenue. We also discussed previously the law of incremental improvement. This law demonstrates that just a slight improvement every day yields major results in your business or in your life. We also discussed previously the 4 steps of learning. We move from unconsciously incompetent to consciously incompetent. Next phase is consciously competent. And then finally, we become unconsciously competent, which means we're ready to take on new responsibilities or new products or something new. We've also discussed the law of self-control. The law of self-control is simply your thoughts guide your feelings guide your actions, and your actions guide to your success. So if you think positive thoughts that you're going to be successful in an endeavor, those translate into you feel you're going to be successful. You then generate successful actions, which turn into great success. Today we're going to add 3 more to that list. But if you notice the progression of the way we've discussed things, the way to wealth leads us to how to generate more wealth, and incremental improvement, similar thing. Now we've also discussed how we learn and what the mental part of success is in the law of self-control. We'll add to that list today 3 things. The 3 I's of the entrepreneur, which is how you see your business. We'll talk about diamond mapping, which is how you see yourself in your business today, and then your dream board. The reason we talk about these 3 together, because they're integrally linked to one another. The way you see yourself in your business is the way you look at the 3 I's of the entrepreneur. The diamond mapping tells you where you are in relationship to where you want to be in life. And then your dream board takes diamond mapping to the next level and says, this is what I want in my life. And you look at it on a daily basis. Let's start off with the 3 I's of the entrepreneur. The 3 I's are simply the I of the entrepreneur, the I of the manager, and the I of technician. The I of the entrepreneur is pretty much when you started off on your business, how did you see yourself? You left either another company or you left school and you saw, I have this great future and I'm looking forward and I want to be, pick an attorney. I left the former attorney because I can do this particular portion of the practice better than anybody else can. And you set off to do that. Well, the I of the manager is a little bit similar, but not quite. The entrepreneur is looking forward. The manager, though, is looking backward. He's looking how things have performed. Pretty much when you do your financial statement at the end of a month or the end of a quarter, you're looking back, how did the business perform? There's nothing proactive in that. It's telling you, did I make money or didn't I make money? And then that brings us to the technician. It's easy for me to say. The technician performs the work, trained and certified in either air conditioning. You could be a general contractor. You could be an attorney, chiropractor, dentist. You've trained to do that work. And that's what you enjoy doing. So how much time should you spend looking in each of those directions? What happens with many people is they get caught up in the technician phase. It could be a dentist, it could be a doctor, it could be a lawyer, or it could be the general contractor, air conditioning person. They get bogged down in doing the work at the lowest level of their company. That's not necessarily bad. They have to keep in touch with their customer. They have to keep in touch with the new things that are happening in the field. But if they spend too much time as a technician, what suffers is they're not looking forward enough, they're not looking toward the future, and they become overworked. So how much time do you spend in each of these areas? If you're spending 85 to 90% of your time as a technician, your business is probably doing okay, but it's not doing as well as it could because you're not looking ahead and trying to figure out, A, how to get more customers, and B, are you doing work that you could farm out and have other people do? So which is the most important place for you to spend your time for your business? In generally, it's going to be the I, the entrepreneur. That helps your business the most and keeps you going. And that's where we'll pick up when we return after the break. Thank you.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too. Call right now. 800-648-9175. 800-648-9175. 800-648-9175. That's 800-648-9175.
My name's Joni Siegel, and I'm the producer of the L. Ron Hubbard East Coast Golden Age Theater, WTAN Radio's presentation of Tales from the Golden Age, tales in every popular genre. Let us return you to a time when fiction was good, clean entertainment and the most fun a kid could have on a rainy afternoon, or the best thing an adult could enjoy after a long day at work.
East Coast Golden Age Theater, Monday evening at 6 on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Arg, matey. When it's time for lunch, when it's time for dinner, when the show's over, when the day's over, when it's time to chill, where do we go? Over to Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub. It's literally in our backyard, right in back of the WTAN studios at 700 Eldridge Street, just north of downtown Clearwater. Just look for the broadcast tower. Nancy's food and atmosphere get rave reviews. The laid-back patio is a great place to hang out, dine, and listen to live music at night. And Nancy's one of the friendliest proprietors in town. And now, Nancy is serving Sunday Jazz Brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brunch served with Eggs Benedict, crepes, waffles, lox and bagels, shrimp, oysters, and a build-your-own omelet. That's all at Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub, 700 Eldridge Street in Clearwater. That's right where Eldridge crosses the Pinellas Trail between Myrtle and Fort Harrison. Call 446-3717. 446-3717. You're listening to the Tan Talk Radio Network.
You're listening to the Focal Point Show on Tan Talk 1340. I'm your host, Gil Pinney, and we were just discussing the three I's of the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur looks forward, generates all the ideas to create new and better ways to service the customer. The manager, on the other hand, looks backwards to see how well the business did in the past. And the technician, I, performs the work, is trained and certified, and all the requirements to make the customer satisfied. Now, which of these three is the most critical one to do? Well, it depends on the entrepreneur, but they're all absolutely necessary. It's how much time you spend in each, and what the value of each of these are or is. The entrepreneur, say, is valued at, depending on what the business is, but in many cases has a value of at least $200 an hour. So that's a very expensive and very critical job to do. The manager, on the other hand, is looking backwards, doing bookwork and looking at how the business performed. In general, that particular function is valued at $75 to $100 an hour. The technician, and again, depending on which one it is, whether it's performing AC work, a general contractor, or legal, can vary from anywhere from 50 to, again, you get to the legal side, it could be $100, $120 an hour. But in all cases, the entrepreneur is where the value is at. So if you have a choice and your business is growing, where should you be spending the much of your time? It's working on your business, not being the technician in your business. I've received some questions from the people that I've spoken to during the past few weeks. The first comes from a question from a general contractor. And his little preamble is, I have to be a technician. I have a tight time schedule, and when one crew member is missing, I need to pitch in. Well, my questions to him were around the frequency. What is lost by losing a day from his schedule? What is the value of him losing a day from his schedule in order to fill in for one of his crew members? More important, how does he feel? Does he feel in control of his business, or is he always in the mood or in the mode of reacting to whatever's happening that particular day and that particular week, when he allows himself to be taken out of his planned schedule and put into the technician schedule? Another guy that I spoke with, and he was great fun to talk to, he said he wants to grow his business into new markets. But he also likes to take, since he's in relocation or moving, to take long hauls periodically for a week or more to visit relatives or just see different parts of the country. That's a great, if you're doing diamond mapping and you're making good money in your business, unfortunately, relocation businesses are on pretty thin margins. So what are the pros and cons of him doing that? He's taking on the responsibility of being a long-haul driver, but back in the operation, what's going on? He's got lots of people that, know what they're doing, hopefully. He's unable to move into those new markets because he's taking time off from being the entrepreneur and not making as much progress as he would hope to in making that happen because he's taking on a lot of additional responsibility as the road hauler. But the other part of this that I drilled out, or I questioned out of him, is he also does this whenever somebody else is missing. So the progress in his business of growth is he's spending probably 60% of his time as the technician. He also looks at his books very often, so he's spending about 30% of his time as the manager and only 10% of his time as the entrepreneur. Well, in further conversation, we discussed that, he's been thinking about this for well over 2 years to grow into new markets, but he really hasn't had time to sit and plan it out on how to get that done and do it effectively. So those are the impacts of what the 3 eyes of the entrepreneur. The last person I spoke to was a hair salon owner, and she said, I'm one of the best hairstylists on earth. And I want to be booked well over 50% of my time, and the rest of my time I'll spend managing the salon. Again, we drilled deeper and deeper into our conversation and found out that she's having trouble growing the business. And the second point was even more important. She has trouble keeping employees because in her mind, her employees believe and again, what she told me was falsely, that she takes all the best clients and leaves the rest to them. So they decide they've got to go to another salon to get more revenue for themselves. And that's a difficulty for what she's doing and how to grow the business. Again, as the eye of the entrepreneur, she, in reality, is more than 50% booked because she's trying to keep her business afloat and not looking forward with the eye of the entrepreneur on how to grow her business and move into that higher paid level of being the entrepreneur. She's too busy thinking about being a hairstylist rather than being a business owner. So what does a business coach do with respect to the 3 eyes of the entrepreneur? Well, we establish the amount of time you're currently spending in each category. Figure out where the value is. In many cases, the value is, I shouldn't say many, in most cases, the eye of the entrepreneur is where you need to spend more of your time. All of your time? No. If you're a lawyer, doctor, 15 to 20% of the time you should be working, that's 1 day a week, by the way, as the entrepreneur. 10 to 15% maybe on the manager, depending on how good you feel and how comfortable you are with your bookkeeper or accountant. But you need to spend that 2 to 3 hours a week making sure you're on top of where your expenses are and that you're on top of your business. We also work with the business to see what it will take to spend more time in the high-value entrepreneurial role. What things do we have to do? How do we have to take more time out of that technician role? If you're a dentist, how much more time can you move off to the dental assistant? How much of your practice can you move to other people within the organization? And to do that, we have to work with staff assessments. We do DISC assessments to see who's prepared to improve. We look at the 4 steps of learning, see where they are, how much more responsibility they can take on. And finally, we define a plan to grow the business while shifting your focus from being the technician to the entrepreneur. And remember, this is not a job. It's a business. you are running a business. You need to figure out how to grow that business and make it successful so that you have a long-term operation and you can hire more people. We establish measures as a business coach, and together we establish measures and systems to monitor the progress at least every week. We review where you are. We calculate how much time you're spending in each particular role, whether it be the manager, entrepreneur, or technician, and we monitor that performance. We monitor how you're doing with respect to your employees and how they're growing in their portion of the business. From there, we'll take on the next topic. If there are no further questions from anyone out there in radio land, we'll move on to diamond mapping. Let's clarify that. What in the world could diamond mapping probably mean? It's not diamond mining, it's diamond mapping. There are 4 critical parts and factors in your life. And those are your financial independence, your business success, your health and fitness, and your family and your relationships. Each make you a better person or the person that you are, which is absolutely fantastic. So we'll define what diamond mapping does. When we first do it, it provides us with a starting point. And before you start on any journey, you need to know where you are and what your starting point is and what your baseline is for future activities. Well, to start this, we need to take out your pen and paper, and we're going to do a little creative activity here on the radio. The first thing I want you to do with your blank sheet of paper is draw a large plus sign, which will look like a graph. Put 10 hash marks up, 10 hash marks down, and 10 hash marks on each of the bars on each side. So at the top of the page, label the top portion of your graph, financial independence. What is financial independence? That's whether you can meet all your responsibilities and all your future responsibilities to become financially independent from relying on anyone else for money. To the right on that bar, or your x-axis bar, define your business, or you put business success. That's where that goes. And of course, business success means how profitable your business is in your eyes and how it's going to achieve the goals that you have set for that business. At the bottom of the page, put down health and fitness. Of course, that's pretty straightforward, but it's how fit you want to be, how healthy you are, if you have any issues with health, how to manage those. And on the left side of the page are your family and relationships, how you deal with your children, how you deal with your spouse, how you deal with all your friends, and whether or not you have a great time and have enough time to work with them. Okay, we'll now take another break and come back and work on what we're going to do with this great little X graph you've got on your paper and how we're going to move forward from there. Thank you very much.
The Buddy Verde Show is always discovering new talent, like Monday Night Football commentator John Gruden's 17-year-old son, Michael.
Your son's going to compose a new Monday Night Football theme? Is that true?
He's going to try. That's why we sent him down there to meet Buddy. Maybe Buddy can point him in the right direction, get us some good advice. This is John Gruden on Monday Night Football and my son, Michael, and we're listening to the Buddy Verde Show, and we love it.
That's the Buddy Verde Show, Saturday afternoon from 1 until 3 here on Tan Talk.
The Revolutionary Road Radio Show, a production of the Revolutionary Caucus and Squatter Records, is a radio show committed to promoting revolutionary and radical ideas through political engagement, discussion, music, art, and culture. Hosted by Reverend Bruce Wright and hip-hop artist Crown Dion and also Professor Chris Warren, with special guest co-host, housing rights and community activist Connie Berg. We broadcast at the second and fourth Sundays of each month at 11 p.m. on 1340 Tan Talk.
Many women fall victim to breast cancer. If detected early, steps can be taken towards the prevention and treatment of this silent predator. So schedule your mammogram and have a checkup today. It may save your life. That's from Sue Smith and the great staff at a Hometown Realty Incorporated in Haines City. For all of your real estate needs, call 863-421-0101. That's 863-421-0101. Or visit www.ahometownrealty.com for a Hometown Realty Incorporated. They're on the air because they care about women in our community.
Imus in the morning.
Here is Eddie Murphy. Hi, Eddie.
Forbes magazine said I'm the most overpaid actor. Get out of here. I played 6 parts of The Nutty Professor. Just think how much money the producers would have spent if they paid me 6 times. In Nutty Professor 2, I played 6 parts again. That's 12 parts for 2 movies. 12! I tell you who's overpaid. How about Jack Black? His last name is Black, but his movie's all in red. Kristen Stewart, they gave her $30 million to look into the camera with that blank stare and take long pauses between her lines. You know why she plays a vampire? Because she's sucking all of Hollywood dry. You think I don't know what this is all about? It's because I'm black. They should have called the article Eddie Murphy is sitting on top of the world in Beverly Hills. But I guess they decided to call it Murphy Sucks because it didn't want to do Beverly Hills Cop 5. Somebody's still mad from bankrolling Pluto Nash. What was I supposed to do? Somebody said, hey man, here's $20 million for this piece of crap. I said, Randy, Monty, this is my lucky day. This is my lucky day. And I cashed a check, which got me on Forbes' other list, the richest black celebrities.
Catch Imus in the morning right here on the stations of the Tan Talk Network. Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Welcome back. You're listening to Focal Point on Tan Talk 1340, and I'm your host, Gil Pinney. Well, when we left, we were talking about diamond mapping. And diamond mapping provides you with your starting point or baseline for your future activities. We've drawn on our sheet of paper a nice big plus sign or XY graph. And at the top of that, we put financial independence. To the right, business success. At the bottom, we put health and fitness. And to the left side of the page, family and relationships. So what I would like you to do now is to see where you see yourself today. And that gives us a starting point. So if for financial success, you feel you're at a 6, or for financial independence, you feel you're a 6, and you feel your business success is a 6 as well. And health and fitness say, oops, okay, I'm a little overweight. I don't eat the right things. I think I'm probably a 4 for that. And hopefully we're at approximately about a 7, say, for family and relationships. What does this mean? Let's relate to those numbers. For in your mind, you're a little bit better than average for financial independence. Your business success, you're a little bit better than average. And for health and fitness, you're a little weaker than average. And for family and relationship, you're pretty well off and pretty good. So what does that mean in total? What do these numbers mean to the rest of the world? Well, it's pretty much owner dependent. But the 4 in health and fitness shows that you're sacrificing your physical well-being for the other 3 areas. So how do we, as a business coach and individual, move that to get to a higher level? The ultimate goal, though, for you and your business coach, you primarily, is to get to a perfect 10 diamond. That means in your mind you have everything at a 10 and you have full satisfaction of all 4 areas that are critical in your life and everyone else's life. So what does the business coach do for you with respect to diamond mapping? Well, we have to prioritize to reach your 10 diamond. We have to assist and guide to set priorities and keep each of the 4 areas that are critical to you in balance. The coach provides a training for areas of improvement and teaches you the techniques needed for success to reach each of those goals. The coach provides industry assessments to measure comparative performance and set back best practice in your business, and keeps focus on the actions to create the to create and achieve your goal. Diamond mapping is really critical in setting where you start and setting the plan to where you want to grow and go to. The next stage of our talk today, and if you'd like to call in, please do. It's 441-3000 or 866-826-1340, and give us your opinion or bring out your case in this particular situation to see where you want to be. The next stage that relates to diamond mapping very closely is your dream board. What's a dream board? Well, it's a simple system to keep your eyes on the prize. The dream board tells you what that prize is, what it is to make you feel like you have achieved the goal that you've set for yourself, so you can visualize your success. In golf, and I love golf, the one thing you need to do on each and every shot is visualize that shot. You visualize the flight pattern of the ball. You visualize how your swing is when you make impact on the ball, and then when you're reaching the green, how it's going to land, roll, and get as close as possible to the hole. And then you visualize that putt to where it takes the break that you see and falls right into the cup. But for you, what is on your dream board? Is it a Mercedes SEL convertible? Is it a lake house where your family can take summer vacation? Is it a long vacation with your wife in Hawaii, just the two of you? Is it getting your kids in college? Is it taking a long cruise with your family? Or, for others, it may be a 50-foot sailboat with all the amenities that make it your boat. Get a picture of that exact dream that you want to come true. The color, the specs, the interior, if it's a car, a boat, or any other tangible item, get a picture of what that looks like. If you can't see the specifications of the interior, write them all down next to it. Put it where you can see it every day. Look at that, especially when times get tough, when things aren't working well. You need to look at that dream board and know the 1 or 2 or 3 things you may have on that dream board are going to come true because you are going to make it happen. Remember how you will feel when using that dream board with your spouse, your family, and friends. It's going to feel great. You know it's going to feel great. You're going to keep visualizing that until that dream becomes reality. So what does a business coach do with respect to a dream board? Well, we work with you to define what that real dream is. Some people say, oh, it's a Mercedes 500 SEL convertible. Well, we work with you to drill down and look to make sure that that's exactly what your true dream is. In other words, you may say that it's a 500 SEL, but it's really to gain the respect of your business peers. Is that what really truly is going to drive that, pun intended, drive that respect from your peers? Or may it be being the head of your club, country club, social club, or business group? Would that be equal to gaining that respect over what a car is? As a business coach, that's where we drill and find to make sure that when you achieve your dream, it gives you the feeling that you want, that feeling of success. So there's lots of questions to arriving at that dream and getting to that point of success. So we want to incorporate how positive that feeling is going to be into all the work that we drive to and want to accomplish. So the dream board is your daily look, and it's your personal management board to see what you're doing to make sure that your life is going to be as complete as possible for you. So let's review what we've done today. My goodness. We've gone through the 3 I's of the entrepreneur, which is important for us to know where we are within our company, whether or not we're spending too much time as a technician and missing out on growing the business, or growing the business by working much longer hours as a technician. We need to think about how we're going to grow the business and continue to work on the business as the entrepreneur, because that's where all the value is of your talent and ability. And as manageable amount of time as a technician, and most of your time as you can spend on the entrepreneur. We've also spoken about the diamond mapping process, which is great fun. The diamond mapping process allows us to see where we are and where we're starting. It's great when we begin working with a new client to have them look to see where they feel they are in their life, particularly in the financial independence and family and relationship side, because in many cases the financial part may be there, the business success may be there, but they've sacrificed either their health and fitness or their family and their relationships to build the business that they want, but their family has paid a little bit too big of a price, or their health may have paid too large a price. We can work and we can develop programs to get your life back in balance and drive you to that 10 diamond that we want to achieve. We've also talked briefly about the coolness of the dream board. The dream board allows you to look and define exactly what you want to have your life look like. Whether or not it's a family outing that you've thought about for years and just haven't put in place, or if it's, like I said, an automobile, a sailboat, something to where that becomes your reward and how you're going to get there, as maybe not as quickly as possible, but as soon as you feel necessary to make your company deliver the benefits to you that you deserve. And as your business coach, that's what we do together. We work to make sure you balance your time and your efforts to where you're generating the most money, and that's the 3 I's. We work to figure out where you are today and what the processes and what techniques we need to use to drive your diamond map to where you're now at a 10. And then we work together to illustrate on your dream board exactly what you need in order to get what you deserve out of that business. That is the value that the business coach brings, and that's the value that you can get out of your business to get everything you deserve, and hopefully a little bit more. We'll be right back after this break, and we'll have some additional questions, hopefully, and we'll hopefully win another game. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
We have a special guest on the line, Pete Rose. Pete, how you doing, buddy?
Rick, I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Good to talk to you. You know, Bill called me and told me you were coming on. So excited. I know you got the new thing on TLC.
Pete hits and misses. Exciting. We're having a lot of fun and going there and just talking sports with you.
Fires, Rose swings. There it is! There it is! Get out! Get out! All right! Hit number 4192.
Rocket Sports here on the Tan Talk
Radio Network.
Join Rick Sassone in the Rocket Sports Show Fridays from noon to 2 p.m.
Health insurance is on everybody's mind right now. You either don't have it, or you have it and you think it's too expensive. And you probably feel like you don't have any options. We can help. We are the Health Markets Insurance Agency. We offer health insurance plans from major carriers nationwide and likely have a plan that can save you money. Whether you're self-employed, on a COBRA plan that's about to expire, or you simply don't have health insurance where you work and you need it, the Health Markets Insurance Agency can help you. Our agents will help you find coverage you can afford. Health Markets Insurance Agency is an authorized agency in all 50 states, including the District of Columbia. Plans may not be available in all states. 800-608-1830. 800-608-1830. 800-608-1830. 800-608-1830.
Go yard is a metaphor used in baseball, meaning to hit a home run. Life struggles can make you feel like you just struck out. It's times like these that we need a little batting practice to pick ourselves back up and get back in the game. Whether you are dealing with marital issues, drug addiction, rebellious teens, anxiety, depression, or just generally having a bad day, call Mama Mac. If life has you down 0-2, before you strike out, learn to go yard. Go yard with Mama Mac on this radio station, Thursdays, 6 o'clock.
Hi, I'm looking for somebody that can transform my home. Can you do that?
I can do that with my mural creations. This is Jordy the artist. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
You know, you called 407-310-8589 and you reached me. You might know I have a show here on Tan Talk 1340, Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. as a matter of fact.
Fabulous.
You know my number?
No, I don't.
407-310-8589. Hope you wrote it down.
407-310-8589. Got it.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Focal Point Show on Tan Talk 1340. I'm your host, Gil Pinney, and we're discussing all kinds of business improvement techniques. The three we've covered today are the 3 I's of the entrepreneur, diamond mapping, and the dream board, and how to use it. Well, what we spoke about today, if it spurred your interest and you'd like to discuss it more, or you just need help figuring out how to implement these 3 ideas in your business, please give us a call. My number is 727-537-9680, and we can set up a 1-hour session. It's complimentary to figure out what you want to do in your business, to work on your business, as we said earlier. In many cases, it's really difficult to make changes without some type of accountability. That's what a business coach brings to you. He brings that new perspective, a different way to look at your business, and also makes you accountable for the changes you're going to make in your business. Because believe it or not, if you're not changing your business and making any positive movement in your business, you're falling behind your competition. If you're running into the situation now where you're short staffed and you can't find quality employees, let's look at every alternative to improve your staff and make them more effective. And there's many techniques we can do to that. And part of those is just doing a quick DISC assessment and assessing your employees and seeing whether or not you can increase customer satisfaction by making your staff more effective. Further, we talked about the 3 I's, and that I of the technician is pretty much dominant if you feel like you own a job rather than owning a business. And don't feel alone in this process. Many people have the same thing. Again, a business coach helps immensely in relieving that tension that you have on a daily basis as to whether or not you're pushing yourself into a job or owning a business. We want you to own that business and grow that business. The ROI for using a business coach is significant. It's well over 1,000% in most cases. Our programs in Focal Point are fully customizable to your business. We have group coaching. And again, if that sounds interesting, send me an email and I'll see if there's a group near you. Your Focal Business Point coach, your Focal Point business coach can serve you very well and bring you the success that you deserve. As I said earlier, we have business programs that can fit any budget. I have programs for as low as $200 a month. I do one-on-one coaching for those that want direct business improvement, personalized to their schedule. I do workshops for revenue growth, goal setting, time management, strategic planning, team building. Again, contact me at my email site, which is gilpinney@yahoo.com, or visit my website, which is gilpinney.com. That's GILPINNEY.com. I can perform subject matter talks for any organization. Again, contact me at any of those or call me at 727-537-9680. Those who email me will get a free 30-minute phone session and a 1-hour one-on-one session. So please do that. There's no risk. Imagine how you feel when you take control of your business and you guide that business to where you want it to grow and be in the future. Each week I deliver to 10 business owners that contact me at my website or send me an email. We'll get a complimentary $300 disc assessment for you or your employees, and we'll make that a really good part of your assessment, and hopefully we could work together later down the road. Now's the time where we start talking about what's going to happen next week. But before we do that, we'll quickly review what we did this week. We talked about the 3 I's of the entrepreneur. Where are you spending the bulk of your time? Are you looking forward as the entrepreneur, looking at ways to improve your business, grow your business? Are you spending more of your time as the manager, looking back, meaning how you're spending your money? How did the business grow last month, or did it decline? Is it staying flat? Or are you spending the bulk of your time working as a technician, performing the work, and growing your business by spending more and more time in the business? We always want to look forward and make sure that you're working on your business, but that's what your business coach can do for you. The next phase that we talked about today was the diamond mapping process. Diamond mapping gives us an assessment of where you see yourself today as a complete individual, where you are with respect to the financial independence that you have. Where are you with respect to your business success? And where are you with your health and fitness? Critical for your long-term business success is keeping yourself healthy. And where you are with respect to your family and relationships. Got to make sure that you're well-balanced and take ourselves from there. And what does your business coach do? He takes you from where you are today in your mind and drives us to the 10 diamond that creates your full satisfaction in your life and your business. The last thing we talked about was your dream board and how you relate to your dream board and your dreams and putting them on a place where you can look when things get tough. And things do get tough from time to time. What do you want to achieve? How you want to achieve them? How you're going to feel when you achieve that dream with your spouse, family, and friends. The key people in your life, seeing how you have achieved a significant milestone in your life. And then what replaces that? What does the business coach work with you to do when you achieve that goal? What is next? What is next for you in your life with respect to your diamond map, or what is next for you in your business? Is it acquiring another business? Is it taking this business and doubling it again, like you did when you achieved your dream board? So, we have the offer out there for you to work and contact us to see where you would like to do, whether you'd like to do the 3 I's, whether you'd like to do diamond mapping, whether you'd like to work with us to generate a dream board. If you send your information to gilpinney@yahoo.com, we will send you at no charge. We'll call you and generate a one-on-one session to see where you are in your business. It'll be great fun for you and for me, to be honest. And the first business owners that do that will get that free disc assessment. Let's briefly talk about what we're going to do next week. Next week, we'll be talking about the 3 buyers for your business. What type of people look at your business when you are prepared and ready to sell it? What type of buyers are going to be looking at that business to purchase from you? That's an intriguing topic and one that hopefully you'll find interesting. The next thing we'll talk about are SMART goals. What SMART goals are, how to establish those SMART goals, and then how to write SMART goals. SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, and timely goals and rewarding goals, and how to write those so that you can measure them on a basic weekly and monthly operation, and get them so that you can function and keep your company in operation to achieve those goals. We'll talk about those next week. We'll also talk about other things. The final minute of the show, I'd like to talk just briefly about a great program, and that program is Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters a little under a year ago, and it has helped me immensely, and it helps lots of people. You move through Toastmasters in your introductory speech, talks all about you and what you are and what you would like to achieve in your life. From there, you learn how to incorporate props, how to incorporate body language, how to incorporate persuasive speeches, how to engage people in short talks, how to be more impromptu in what you're talking about, how to react to quick questions, and move to achieve higher leadership skills. Leadership is one of the key functions of Toastmasters. Most people focus on what Toastmasters does for their speaking ability, but it really also, the secondary part is leadership. How to lead people with either your speech or how to participate in the club, how to grow your particular club to both more members and have higher achievement with each member within that club, and develop friendships along the way. So I think Toastmasters is an excellent place for any business owner to spend an hour a week learning how to impact their customers and their crew to better.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen.
Police in Baltimore. I'm Evan Haining.
Throughout the neighborhood, you are seeing dozens, if not hundreds, of individuals carrying rocks and bricks, waiting for an opportunity to throw something at the police.
And correspondent Miguel Marquez reports cars are being burned, pharmacies looted.
The CVS that's being looted, and that's also where a police car is being burned. You can see the black smoke now really picking up.
We have 7 officers who were injured during the course of this. They have broken bones. One of them is unresponsive. This is not okay.
Captain Eric Kowalczyk says Baltimore police will retaliate with tear gas and pepper balls. Also, besides the kind of surveillance video that's found in every city, police are marking rioters with paintballs for later questioning. Now, earlier today, rival Baltimore gangs reportedly agreed to join together to take out police. But observers say most of the rioters seem to be high school kids, not members of organized gangs. If you live in Baltimore and plan to attend tonight's baseball game at Camden Yards, well, here's the plan.
Officials with the Orioles organization say tonight's game will go ahead as scheduled at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time, even though riots broke out elsewhere in Baltimore today. Sources tell CNN Sports that the team consulted with Baltimore police before making the decision. Orioles fans were briefly detained inside Camden Yards Saturday night due to protests in the area. People who attended that game are being offered free tickets to come back to Camden Yards at a later date. I'm Ann Cates.
Meantime, rescue efforts continue in Nepal, where Saturday's earthquake claimed over 4,000 lives. Speaking at the United Nations about the proliferation of nuclear weapons, Secretary of State John Kerry was asked if the world will ever be free of them.
The answer is yes, but the journey will be a long one, and it will take patience, cooperation, and persistence to complete.
The Dow stayed above 18,000 but dropped 42 points at the close. I'm Evan Haining.
Let's get down to business. You don't travel too often for work, but when you do, you want to stay where you know you'll be taken care of. That's where Choice Hotels comes in. We have everything you need to keep you on top of your game, like free hot breakfast for that much-needed morning boost, free internet to keep you in touch with